Are you ready to become the classroom expert on one of these important topics that has to do with civics? You'll be choosing one of these questions to delve into if you have not already done so, and you'll post the question in the subject line here under the government activity question. Now, what are you going to do with it? Well, you're going to do a few things with it. So let's start at the beginning here. You're going to be looking at your local elected officials. That includes your mayor and your city council member. So for example, for me, I live in Tahlequah. My mayor is Sue Catron. My city council member, I'm in Ward 4. So that is Trey, I forgot I know his last name and I can't think of his last name. Anyway, so if you don't live in a town or a city or a large enough community to have elected representation there, then you can select the nearest town that does, a town that you identify with. Then you're going to find out who your state legislators are. These are the ones who represent us in Washington, D.C. So both your House representative and your senator. Chances are we will all have the same senator, but we may have some different House representatives. This information you're going to post prior to class along with at least 3 of your references. So you don't have to post that right away, but you do need this information as part of your project, but not part of what you're presenting to your peers within your group. So the next step is that you're going to focus on your question and you're going to figure out, how do you want to do that? How do you want to present it to your group within a 4 to 6 minute presentation? And you've got several examples here. You can do a poster if you want to. If you want to hand do a poster or trifold board, something like that. If you want to make a Prezi or do some Google Slides. If you want to make a video like a commercial that you're doing or a 3D model, that's up to you, the format that you would like to choose for that. Just make sure that it's something that you will be able to share easily via Zoom. And you're going to put together the information on your presentation, and you're going then to use this this digital or hard copy format, whatever format that you are using to do your presentation from. So none of this should be your word for word points. None of this should be your word for word script. In fact, you shouldn't even really have a script. You should know enough about your topic that by looking at key points on a trifold board or some other kind of model, that you can discuss what it is you are discussing with this. So be very cognizant of not using word for word points. I feel like I say that a lot, but I also feel like it's necessary that I say that frequently because that's an area that students often lose points in. So I want you to earn all the points possible. Now, what you're going to do following this is you're going to mostly self-assess. The italicized items are what you are going to self-evaluate, and you will be keeping your time in this. So it needs to be within 1 minute of the 5-minute time limit. You're going to give yourself scores in all of these areas, and that includes the relevance of the information and also the use of the visual aid as a guide for your discussion, not word for word exact words. We should not see your word for word script anywhere. You're also going to provide me with the time here that's within 1 to 5 minutes, and just give me a summary at the bottom of this. But we won't do this until everyone is finished with their presentation so that you don't have your head down writing while others in your group are presenting. You will submit this as well as your 3 references, 3 or more references, and also your information about your local elected officials. That's what's going to go on within the portal, within the assignment portal. Nothing else has to be posted within the portal. If you would like to share your presentation with me, I'd love to see it, but it's not a requirement. And I believe that is about everything that you need to know. Be sure that you post in advance these two things, and then following, you will have time to complete your self-assessed parts of the score sheet and then turn that in after class. So I hope you enjoy becoming an expert in the topic that you have selected.